Labour Party that created the destabilization of the Labour Party during the tribunal, after the tribunal, in a situation that somehow the obedient movement no longer resonates with the goals of the Labour Party. What's your take on that?
Yeah, Labour Party at this moment is going for extinction because the leaders of the Labour Party sold it off, After the Labour Party did so well in Lagos and Abuja during the 2023 general election, the ruling party...
Hello, sir. Can you hear me? Okay. Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we lost you a bit there, but continue.
Yeah. We were able to make an inroad into Labour Party and from the top disorganize it to where we are now. So what we are seeing as Labour Party now is just like carcass. There is nothing in Labour Party any longer. The stem of Labour Party is actually the obedient. And the obedient, any moment they are going to withdraw their loyalty from Labour Party, and probably Obi is going to move on with obedience, because without obedience there is no Obi, and without obedience no obedience. So they just anchor their glory with Labour Party, but Labour Party did not really understand or did not really appreciate the enormity of popularity and the profile, bringing their profile to a high level when they came into that party. So they are going to withdraw their loyalty and going to withdraw everything that has to do with Obedience and Labour Party. That relationship is going to end soon.
But Oswald is confirming that if the obedient movement leaves the Labour Party, that the Labour Party will not feel their absence. That obviously the Labour Party has more of grassroots identification. That is, those at the grassroots level can actually easily identify with them than any factions created within the movement. So the big question is this: how do you think this will affect situations, especially for Peter Obi's political career? Is there a possibility, because if you have been noticing Peter Obi's movement lately, he has literally just been with his obedient movement. We've not seen him wear the party logo in most of his philanthropic activities. He's been speaking as an individual, as an individual. He's been speaking against this administration in terms of critiquing this administration as an individual, but not as a Labour Party member. So a lot of persons already see that it is concerning as a supposed strong opposition party, that there is a tendency that a group of persons may establish a new political party, possibly the Obedient Movement political party, or Peter Obi may pitch his tent with an existing political party and creating a new force ahead of 2027. I mean, with what is up...
His tent with probably another political party. Esther, let me tell you, that message, that statement by Labour Party that they have the grassroots movement or whatever is just a mere fallacy. It's just a face-saving threat. There is nothing, Esther. The only state they have, that is Abure State, just conducted their local government election time in November. Remember that even the sitting governor is already dead. That is even Abure State, where the sitting governor is a Labour Party governor. The only state they have.
And the sitting governor is a Labour Party governor. I don't understand.
Yes.
The sitting governor is a Labour Party governor. Are you referring to Abure State?
Yes, I'm referring to Abure State. But
okay.
Local government election that was conducted in Abure State that day.
Yes, it was all won by the Zenith Labour Party.
By Governor Soti. He went to Zenith Labour Party because Labour Party has no standing even in Abure State as we speak. So when you are hearing them in Labour Party making statement that they have grassroots movement, it's a mere fallacy. It's just a saving statement. There is nothing in Labour Party. Okay, every other local government election that was conducted around this nation, did you hear of Labour Party in any of the states? The glory Labour Party had in 2023 general election, is it reflecting in any of the local government election that went around in sometimes in November, October, November, December last year in all the states? Can you count any of it? That's to tell you that Labour Party is almost a thing. Just look at the carcass. We are seeing carcass of Labour Party as we speak. There is nothing in it any longer.
Mr. Elvis Alimehle, where is Julius Abure? Where is Lamidi Akpakpa? Where is Arabambi? These were the persons that were very active and vocal during the tribunal. even post the tribunal, after the Supreme Court gave its judgment, these individuals were very vocal until eventually Arabambi and Lamidi Akpakpa showed support towards Julius Abure. Now, you recall that the secretary of the Labour Party at the time had accused Julius Abure of huge financial infractions. At the time, Julius Abure denied all of these allegations against him. But there are speculations, specifically from critics and sources, that possibly undisclosed, that Julius Abure or other Labour Party executives may have been bought over with huge amount of money to destabilize the Labour Party and discredit the party to weaken the strength of Peter Obi. Do you think there's any truth in this? Just because they've been quiet, is it possible that monies were collected, they have enriched themselves, and right now they are not challenging anything at all as an opposition party?
Esther, those names you mentioned, the Abures, the Arabambi, and the Lamidi Akpakpa, those are the people we should ask the big question: what has happened to Labour Party? At the end of 2023 general election, we saw that Lamidi Akpakpa and Arabambi were in a different fashion against Julius Abure. And even when we were going to court, we saw that Julius Abure, Lamidi Akpakpa was not in support of Obi's being in court against APC. You remember part of Obi being in court against APC. You remember when he was even insulted in the court, by some obedience that time. Turn around, that Lamidi Akpakpa, Arabambi, and Julius Abure are now dining and whining on the same table against Peter Obi, who brought the glory to Labour Party in 2023 general election. So that's to tell you, Esther, that there's something amiss, within the Labour Party, that they have not told us the truth. So Labour Party, most of those Labour ruling parties have brought Labour Party to its knees as we speak.
All right. So is there a possibility that unofficially, undisclosed, that maybe Peter Obi may pull out anytime soon, or decamp to another political party, or pitch his tent with another political party, just like what happened in Abure State, whereby we had an alternate party win the local government elections, which is the Zenith Labour Party? Do we see that in the works?
Well, if Obi can do his own work very well, Zenith Labour Party is a better opportunity for him to move to, because if you look at it, Zenith Labour Party was able to almost clear all the local government in Abure State that day. If they can begin to work with Zenith Labour Party and begin to, able to share a common ideology, I see Peter Obi moving to such parties, with his obedient group to try in 2027 general election.
Mr. Elvis, did you see what happened in Edo State during the tribunal, where the star witness for the People's Democratic Party almost got arrested today? The question is, why would a witness all of a sudden would want to be arrested? By who? Because the EFCC called and said that they were not responsible for the arrest of the star witness. They distanced themselves. So who were these individuals that wanted to take the star witness of the PDP at the tribunal, which commenced today? Also recall that there were thugs also at the center. Exactly what is this? What's the meaning of this?
Yeah, it's a very confusing situation in Edo State. I'm so ashamed of what is coming out from my state. The star witness, we saw them yesterday that they went to the EFCC. They said EFCC came to the hotel to arrest them because they don't want them to be in court. Unfortunately, EFCC, and I don't know the relationship between EFCC and APC and the election tribunal in Edo State. Nigerians have to ask them what is the relationship, what is the correlation, because if election is conducted and PDP has gone to court.
Mr. Elvis, the PDP are accusing the APC of sending thugs to disrupt the sitting of the Edo State Election Petition Tribunal.
Yes.
No, there were reports of gunshots fired near the venue of the Justice Wilfred Kochi-led 3-member Edo State Governorship Election Petition Tribunal. And this is the first day of the tribunal. So what is this? Why do we have such breakdown of law and order, such supposedly undemocratic attitude towards things as sensitive as election tribunal proceedings?
That's why I'm coming to Esther. It's a very frustrating situation, because it is even APC that says go to court if you feel agree. The political party PDP is in court, and you are not sending talk to disrupt the court proceeding or whatever. It is a shame. We don't know how this government want to actually entrench democracy in Nigeria, because democracy thrives on justice, equity, and good conscience. Unfortunately, all these ones are being eroded under this present dispensation of democracy we have in Nigeria, the leadership of President Ahmed Tinubu. If you say go to court and somebody is in court, why will you be sending talk? If you know that the election, that the result that was announced by INEC is against your candidate, let the court do his job and let the truth, be thrown to the open for Nigerians to actually celebrate the democracy that we have at the moment. So I'm still confused. I'm still frustrated about what is actually going on with APC in Edo State at the moment.
All right, Mr. Elvis.
The governor can't.
All right, we need to wrap up now. We have a program coming up very soon, but obviously we're going to have more of this conversation during the evening rush. So I sincerely do appreciate you, as well. We're calling you later to give us your in-depth perspective to some of these controversial issues that we read out or on the